us have probably been in this situation, and if you haven't been in this situation, please listen to this hour. You know, growing up, Mom always said, neither Linda nor Bara be. And why don't we listen? I think all of us have been in a situation where we lent money to somebody we loved enough to scrape up enough money to support them. And dog, if they didn't pay you back, boy, what that does to a relationship. How many people, by show of clapping your hands, have been in that situation? Almost everybody. It's a tough one. The guests on today's Rolonda say that they'll think twice before they hand over money to a friend again. They say trying to collect money from a friend is like trying to squeeze blood from a turnip. Jennifer says her so-called friend has not paid her one red dime for the $500 phone bill she ran up while they were living together. Jennifer, I was talking to you just a few minutes backstage and you were steaming.
I am.
You are?
I am.
What happened? How did this happen?
Okay, well, me and Kim met like in December of '95, and we were like really good friends, and everything was going well. So she moved in with her grandmother in Cheektowaga, so we really didn't talk much.
And where?
In Cheektowaga.
In Cheektowaga?
Yeah.
Well, you know, she ran up quite a phone bill to Cheektowaga. I take it you're from upstate New York. Yes.
So we really didn't talk much, but one time we talked, and we decided what better way to become really good friends and start talking more than get an apartment together. Mm-hmm. So we did, and in May of '95 we got an apartment, and I paid first month's rent and she paid the security. And I put the phone in my name, and I specifically said no long distance phone calls. I do not want them. I said I want them blocked. Well, then June, I received a phone bill of $573.
Whoa! Well, what did you think when you opened that envelope?
I was gonna kill her. I was just gonna literally freak out, and I just told her, I said, look, Kim, I said, I got this phone bill. I said, it's $573. Explain this to me.
And what'd she say?
She says, oh, I don't know. I don't know how it got there. I don't know how this money all got on the bill. And in the meantime, when she's going to work, I clean the house. I have dinner for her when she gets home.
What?
I had dinner on the table when she gets home.
So you were doing lots of things for this
Everything for this girl, everything. And she says, okay, Jen, well, I'll pay it back to you. Don't worry, honey, I'll pay it back to you. So then I called the 9X operator. And I said, look, I received all these long distance calls. I said, I specifically asked for a long distance block. She said a young lady called from the same phone number, gave them my social security number,
what?
And put long distance back on the phone.
Whoa.
Also issued a calling card, which I didn't want, and called all these numbers on a calling card. Well, my initial bill was $173, which I paid that. So she still owes me $400. Okay.
Boy, you can just feel the heat, the steam coming out of my ears here.
I moved back in with my mother.
Get it all out.
And she called me and said she's stranded on the streets. Now, Rolonda, I'm such a good friend. I told this girl she can live with me with my mother. And she said she'd pay my mother $25 a week just to live there. In the meantime, I'm taking her out to dinner. I'm taking her to the bars and buying her all her drinks. Then taking her to breakfast. This was for a month.
So how do you feel right now about having done all that?
She is the most selfish, lying girl I've ever met in my life. Now, for another thing, my mom said $25 a week. She paid 1 week. The next 3 weeks, she did not pay my mother.
So you want to get this bill straight and have a few words with her?
Her to pay me every dime. Every dime that she's ever... I even want her to take me for dinner and clean my house. And clean my house.
And have that dinner on the table when you get home.
And have that dinner on the table when I get home.
Well, folks, listen. When we come back, we're going to meet Kimberly. Let me tell you what Kimberly says. Kimberly says that she's not going to come here and pay any IOU. She says, in fact, you're the one who owes her money.
I love it.
I don't know. We're going to get to the bottom of this and find out why these two young women are saying, I want what's due on that IOU. These gals and a lot more complainers on today's Rolonda. Stick with us.
Hi, Hi, Rolonda here, just checking in to make sure you're enjoying my channel here and getting all kinds of delicious gems. If you like the material, hit the like button, and I'd love it if you would subscribe. And be sure to hit the notification bell so you can be alerted every time I upload a new video.
Some angry folks on today's show. I don't know if you have ever had a friend who did not pay you back, but boy, that's the quickest way to ruin a friendship. We're talking to folks today who say that lending money has definitely blown their relationship with somebody they really cared about. Like Jennifer here we were just talking to. She says she's bound and determined to get that $500 her former roommate got from her or owes her for an unpaid phone bill. You are just steaming there. Yeah, you know what she's saying? She's saying that you're the one who owes her money. She's not going to pay you back.
For what? What do I owe her money for?
Well, let's find out. Come on, Kim, tell us. Come on in, Kim. Now, just wait a minute. Everybody knows there are three sides to every story. Their side, that side, and somewhere in the middle, there's the truth, right? Well, let's hear your side, because you know, your girl came out here. She said you're selfish. She said you're taken from her. She's angry. She says you ran up this $500 phone bill, and you say what?
Well, first of all, we had a party at my house, which I had my first apartment. And she came over and I met her because we met through a whole bunch of different people. And she started spending the night there. So I didn't care. And all they did was they would come to my apartment, they'd smash it, they would put toothpaste all over my bed. Then the cops
Wait a
came.
minute. Whoa.
No.
Something we should know about toothpaste in the bed?
For one thing,
Hey, I don't know.
For one
could
thing.
Could be that peppermint thing. I don't know.
No, there was this girl, Colleen, who couldn't stand Kim. Couldn't stand her. And I told Colleen, just leave Kim alone and let it be, let it go. No, I'm in the room with Kim, in the living room, talking to Kim. They're in the other room putting shaving cream all over her bed because, I mean, now this girl would tell me what a good friend I was and everything like that, and I'd have my friend call her, and she'd sit there on the phone and dog me right when I'm on the phone with him.
Well, why don't you tell her what this whole phone bill situation is? What is it that you want from her? Look at her and just tell her.
I want $400 that you owe me.
Oh, I want $800 you owe me for my rent.
Oh! Whoa. The plot thickens.
Where are you getting $800 from, girlfriend?
I'll explain. When we had an apartment on Grote, I lived with my grandma. We had an apartment. Her mom, because her father passed away, she told me, before I got an apartment, she told me her mom was going to give her some money. I said, okay, you're going to be definitely sure you're going to have the money? She says, oh yeah, I'll definitely be sure to have the money. Well, I paid half of the security because we had an agreement. We paid $50 a month. Now the rent was $350 plus $50 security, which was $400 a month, which she never gave me a dime. And I had, the electric was in my name, the gas was in my name, yes, the phone was in her name.
So Jennifer, do you owe her some money for living expenses?
Let me tell you one thing, Rolonda. When I moved, I gave the security deposit. I gave the first month's rent. She gave the security deposit. Then, the next month the rent was due. I come up with a $573 phone bill. You think I'm going to pay the rent?
Well, now look, y'all. How are we going to work this out?
There's just no way.
How are you going to work this out?
And then you owe my mom $75 too. How are you going to explain that one?
Well, give my $800 because you're lying. You never paid that landlord.
I'm lying. Yeah, I'm lying.
So she owes you $800. She wants $400 from you. So why don't you just pay her $400?
Why don't you pay me some of my money she owes me?
Because I don't owe you nothing. That's why.
Yes, she does.
I do not owe you nothing. You know I don't. You're just coming on here lying like you always do, Kim.
Look,
that's the way you are.
You are the fucking shit.
No.
See?
Listen, let me tell you something. Listening to y'all isn't going to cost me anything. I'm not going to lose viewers with this dirty language, so you cannot speak that way on television, okay? Because we're in people's homes and we have to respect that. But you know, some of the homes that we're in right now, there are people who have been in that same situation. I'm sure that you feel very hurt beyond this anger.
I'm very hurt.
Can you tell her what your friendship meant and what it means to you that your friendship is broken up over some money?
All right,
you
Lonna,
look at her and tell her.
I'll admit she was my best friend. I loved this girl to death. I did anything for her. I treated her to all the stuff she wanted, movies, dinner, everything like that. She wanted to go out, I would treat her. Where I work, I would even let her come in and sit there, and I would buy her drinks for her, because I worked in a bar. So I would let her come in, and I would buy her drinks for her, take her out to the clubs with me and my friends, then treat her to breakfast. Now, you cannot say I never did that.
No, I'm not going to say you didn't. You did.
And I treated you very good, Kim, and you went back, you stabbed me in the back, you went behind my back, told people all these lies that I slept around, and that the only person who was sleeping around was, well, I'm not even going to say nothing because...
Kim, let me ask you.
Me. Yeah,
Kim,
you know who
That's
it
why you're
was.
doing another man.
Okay, that's another show. That's another show. That's another show. Kim, let me ask you this, because, and I'm going to play devil's advocate, because none of us were there. We don't really know.
They were all your boyfriends.
But
too,
wait a
Kim.
minute, Jennifer.
Don't you wish? They don't fuck tramps.
Kim,
See what I'm saying? She keeps swearing. Look at her. You disgrace me. You
disgrace me.
You're just disgusting.
I
You're
don't
a
clean
fat
money.
blob.
I don't
can't
take.
stand
Well, I
you.
don't take.
Kim, let me ask you this though. Jennifer claims that she was very nice to you, that she took you out to dinner, that she cooked dinner for you, she bought you the drinks at the bar, she offered her home to you. You know, that doesn't sound like somebody that should have been ripped off, if that's what she says.
Thank you. Thank you.
I'm not saying I won't pay her some of the money, but she didn't give me nothing.
How do you guys?
Okay, now listen. It was like when she was living with me, at least if she would have gave me a little bit. She wasn't trying to get a job. She was drinking 40s every day. Partying and smoking weed. I mean, if she...
No, I was not, girlfriend. You were the one who was drinking. You were the one who was smoking weed. You were sitting on the porch till 4 o'clock in the morning with your little beer buddies, okay?
No,
While
I was
I'm in the
not.
house cleaning up after your slobber behavior. I don't even want to hear that, okay? Because when I woke up in the morning, that house was a disgrace. And
Well,
you knew
the
it.
point is, we've got to figure out how you guys are going to resolve this, because even if you never speak to each other, there's something about bile that grows in us. You have to find a way to release some of this anger and at least cut a deal. How do you mend broken fences when things like this happens? We're going to talk about that later in the show too. But up next, when she found out her best friend had been swindled out of money, this college student you're about to meet, my goodness, she did what many a good friend would do. She scraped together $300 just to help her best friend get through. She didn't have that money. She just did everything she could to find it. Well, today she says she still can't believe that giving up the money would mean giving up the friendship. Right after this.
Hey y'all, I can't wait to see you in my voice acting masterclass. For those of you who are really serious about becoming voice actors, this is the opportunity for you. In 6 weeks, you will be in a totally different place as an artist, and I want to help you put that voice to work. Go to Rolonda.com and check it out. You'll see the details of what I offer, and you might want to even set up a discovery call to see if this is the right fit for you. But stop hesitating, stop waiting, stop putting off, stop going, well, because it'll always be an excuse. Take control of your life. Take action now. Be a voice actor and come work with me. Rolonda.com.
We had a little situation here. The young lady, Kim, she ran off. What happened? I know you guys were back.
That's just the way she is. She tries to put on a little act.
No, I talked to her.
Yeah,
She
no.
looked really hurt. I'm not really sure, and we'll check with her. She wanted a moment to herself. Wait, hold on a second. I'm not sure why she's crying. We don't know. Maybe it's a broken friendship that she's crying about. Maybe you're I don't know. Maybe it's guilt. You never know. We will check in. Our producers are back there taking care of her, and we'll just see. These things can get tough, man. I tell you, you borrow money, you better be ready for the consequences. If you haven't done it, you haven't gotten burned, listen up, folks. Like to my next guest, who says that when she was a struggling college student trying to make her own ends meet, she didn't hesitate handing over $300 to her hard-earned money to her best friend who was in trouble at the time. Donna is here from South Carolina. And Donna, tell me about that. What in the world was going on with your friend that she needed you to scrap up money, and why did you do it?
Well, Lonna, during that time, it was about in April, because it was during Freaknik time. So we all planned to go to Freaknik together. Then all of a sudden,
That's a big celebration of
right?
all
Everybody
the
go down to
fraternities and
Atlanta.
sororities.
College students from all over go down to Atlanta. So during that time, that week we was getting ready for it and everything. Then it was during a weekday, I remember, because I came home from the library because it was doing midterms. and I got a message on the answer machine. Tabitha called me. She was crying, so I was worried. I said, well, let me call her back and see what was going on. So she called me. I called her, and she said that she made an investment with the firm she works with. I really don't understand what type of firm that she really was involved with, because we really need to discuss it, but evidently it was some type of sales firm. So the person who was in charge of the firm took off with all their money. They evidently had an investment, took off all their money, so she didn't have any money to pay her rent, she didn't have any groceries, and she didn't know what to do. So the reason why I had the money in my account at that time, because I had gotten a wreck, so I got a settlement. So that's the only reason why I even had the money.
So why in the world would you take such precious, a college student got $300, that's a bunch of money for a college student. What made you decide to go and take your hard-earned money and give it away to the best friend, even though we're in trouble? But why would you do that?
Well, because, I mean, we've been friends for 10 years. I trusted her. She said, and she knew that I had bills to pay. I said, well, you got to pay me back within, you know, this month, because I have bills, you know, for the following month.
You had your own bills to deal with.
I had my own bills to pay. I said, so, you know, she said when she get her check, she was going to, you know, compensate me back. So, you know, I figured, well, 2 weeks I'll have my money back. That's why I didn't hesitate. I didn't discuss it with nobody, my mother or nothing.
So
I just
2
gave her the
weeks
money.
roll along, you hadn't heard from her, she hadn't said anything about that money. And what'd you do?
Well, 2 weeks came out, rolled by, I called her, and I said, Tabitha, what's up? Why you didn't, you know, wire my money back? Because I wired, it took me $30 just to wire $300.
There you go.
So, you know, I said, hey, you owe me $330.
There you go.
You know.
Now look, somebody owes you money, you're counting those cents.
You know, she's like, well, you know, I'm going to give you your money back. I said, well, what happened? Something came up. So she had to put it off. I said, well, you know, I'm gonna need my money because I got bills to pay. She said, well, I'm gonna give it to you next week. She didn't call me. I called her. Tabitha said that she had to get the money from a friend to give me my money. I said, well, I didn't care where you get the money from, I want my money.
And listen, you
know, because, you know, at first I was like, was she lying to me? What's going on? You know, why is she, you know, beating around the bush about my money? So,
and you're getting mad,
right, you know, because I was wanting to do that. You know, am I trusting the wrong person here? You know, because you know, in the past I had friends that you know, let me down. So I didn't want to go through that same situation because we've been friends for 10 years. I mean, I went from Germany, from Texas. I mean, we stayed in contact the whole time.
And Donna, in there, part of you going, please don't let me down. Please don't let me down.
Because my friends was like, girl, you crazy. But, you know, I said, well, you know, that's my girl. You know, I got to look out for her because she's in need. Because I know she'll do the same for me. At least I thought, you know. So time went by. I begged. I said, look, I need my money. I need my money because I got to pay my bills. So, you know, when I went to Freaknik because she was supposed to go, but, you know, evidently she had her financial difficulties. I went on to Freaknik without her, with my other friends. So I called her from Atlanta. I said, look, I had attitude. You know, I said, you better give me my money.
I got some bills to pay.
You know, I said, I need my money. I said, you said you was going to give me my money. So, you know, evidently she borrowed $125 from a friend to give me my money. So she told me it was, you know, she was going to send all my money, but when I got there, it was only $125.
So she owes you how much?
So, you know, she owes me money for paying for my phone bill, keep calling her. So that's what, you know. She owes me.
Well, it sounds like Tabitha has some explaining to do. Come on out here, Tabitha. Tabitha, you gotta defend yourself. What with a story I just heard didn't sound right for friends who'd been friends for 10 years.
Well, I agree, and I think that it probably shouldn't have gone the way that it did because we have been friends for so long.
What were you thinking? Because, you know, one of the things that's so hard when somebody is close to you as a dear friend, especially like 10 years, rips you off like that. You know, you wonder, what in the world did I do to make you act so ugly?
No, it wasn't that. Well, can I talk to her?
Absolutely, please
Okay.
do.
Well,
you watch
first
the
of all,
Rolonda show, don't you?
I sure
That's what
do.
we say. Talk to each
I know
other. Y'all
the
didn't
routine.
fly all the way here to talk to me.
First of all, I wouldn't have ever done that to you intentionally. You know I love you. We have been friends for 10 years. And you know. You know, Donna. No, you know, I love you. And I would never do anything like that to hurt you. Because I have a 9-month-old son now. She's never seen my baby. And I always said that if anything ever happened to me, that I would want my son to go to her because I love her and I trust her. And I want her to be in my son's life. And I want her to be back in my life.
When was the last time that y'all talked? Y'all hadn't seen it. Yeah, Shro, get him some Kleenexes, please.
We haven't.
You know, and I'm really encouraged to see this. I'm so happy that the set of friends have come on here with true feel. Look, girlfriend over there is crying. You know, but that's good. That's good because I appreciate the fact that you come clean. Because a whole lot of folks say, I don't want no money. You know.
Well, see, there was a lot of miscommunication too because at the time that it happened, I was pregnant. I was about to have my son, and I was in a situation where he and his father and I were not getting along, and his father wasn't even trying to think about helping me with my baby. And my mother was really sick. My mother has rheumatoid arthritis, and she was pretty young, and she was really bad off. And at the time, they thought that I had gestational diabetes, and they didn't want me to go back to work. And so, and not only that, everything had happened with the business that I had with my friend. We lost pretty much everything. And it all happened so fast. And when something like that happens to you, you don't know what to do. You don't know how to cope with it. And plus all the personal things that I had going on in my life, I just didn't know how to deal with it. And she was always the one that was there for me. You know, I could call her and talk to her on the phone any time of day or night about anything.
Bad about this,
yeah, I feel
you?
very bad. It hurts, you know. I mean, I just wouldn't want anybody to do it to me, and I hate that it happened the way that it did because I love her. I love her. She's like the sister I never had.
When we come back, I want to see if what Donna's thinking. I see her crying because I know she's in pain. But I just wonder if she will forgive you. Let's find out and see what's on Donna's mind when we come back. When we do come back, how to repair a broken friendship, especially when one of you is still broke. And also, what happens when family members start loaning money to each other? Now, you know, your kids are always asking to borrow money. You know they're not going to pay you back. Next, we're going to meet a mother who says her daughter has maxed out her patience and maxed out her credit cards, too, right after this. There's something worth talking about on Rolonda.
Well, I didn't mean to hurt your feelings.
Was that so hard to say it?
First, we need to stop blaming. Second, we need to start listening.
Understanding the opposite sex. Now that's something worth talking about on the next Rolonda. Now, if you're going to be in the New York area and would like free tickets to Rolonda, well, please call us at 212-650-2060. Speaking of borrowing, a lot of folks would like to borrow these twins here, Joseph and German. Do you guys borrow money from each other?
I borrow from him.
You borrow from him?
Yeah, I have the money. He just never...
Does he pay you back?
He hasn't yet.
He hasn't?
No.
Is this causing a breakup between twins?
After a while, I just give up.
You just give up. Sometimes that's just what family does. Of course, with y'all, you get confused about who owes who. Donna has waited so long to be paid back, and I think she got more than her money back today. Her friend Kimberly just pretty much came clean here, and not Kimberly, Tabitha came clean and just said she was sorry, that she was going through some rough times, and that made it hard for her to pay back. If you had to do it all over again, Tabitha, and I understand that when you borrow money, you're in a bad situation. It's sometimes hard to pay back when you say you're going to. But if you had to do it all over again, how would you have treated that best friend, Donna, under the same circumstances?
I did get to pay part of the money back, but I think that if I had it to do over again, I would have done things differently. I would have talked to her more to make her understand exactly what I was going through, because I do realize that in any relationship you have to communicate.
You have to communicate. You know, it's also something about good faith. I remember when I was in college, my credit, oh man, it was horrible. Those people used to call and I'd say, Rolanda's not home. Change the voice. You know, I just had horrible credit. And I never forget, somebody from one of those big old credit card companies called me and said, Miss Watts, they said, we hadn't talked to you in a long time. I said, I know you caught me this time. They said, you know, all you had to do was call us. If you'd have just picked up the phone and said, I'm having a rough time, can you help me out? He said, that would have been good faith. If you'd have sent a quarter, it would have said, I'm trying, I'm here. But you've got to show good faith if you want people to love you and trust you in the same manner. Everybody goes through tough times, but even if you just cook a dinner and say, I'm trying, girlfriend, come over for a hamburger until I can get my money together. That's one. Donna, do you forgive Tabitha?
All I want to know is why you didn't call me? Why you didn't return my calls?
Well, for one thing, I ended up moving out of my apartment, and then you went back to live with your mom and them after you graduated. And then there was one point where, because I was always able to call the directory and get your mom's phone number, you know, information.
My phone, it's on the directory.
Donna, is maybe the question is...
recently to try to get it, and it said
No,
that it
she
didn't
don't never
work
get her
under
phone.
name.
She always get her phone to the point that, you know, if you call...
Well, the way that
Maybe
I
the
found out how
question
to
is,
get in touch
Tabitha,
with
why
you.
did you abandon me when we were having a tough time?
Right.
Well, that's true, and I agree. I was wrong for that. You know, I mean, like I said, I never claimed to be perfect or anything, and I should have done much better by her. But it's too late. It's done now, and
Donna,
I can't do
could you
anything
ever
to
trust
go
her
back
again?
and change that.
She had to build back her trust because, I mean, if she was to say, can I borrow some money? No.
You probably could. Well, that you learned that, right?
Yeah, you know, I learned that I don't let nobody borrow nothing.
Yeah, I know that's right. Donna has been such a good sport. I want to do this with you, Donna, because I don't want you to lose your generosity. I don't want you to lose that golden heart that got you into that trouble in the beginning. You know, don't lose that, sweetie. Don't let anybody burn you so much that you're afraid to sit by a fireplace, okay? So we thought the Rolonda show would reward her for such a big heart and being so generous, yet though she was duped anyway. But that's all right. Each one of the people that you see in the catwalk here, y'all stand up, my numbered fans, my numbered friends here. Come on, stand up with these cards. They each have numbers. They're holding a special prize written on the other side of those cards for Donna. All you have to do, Donna, is pick number 1, number 2, or number 3 here. They're going to turn over those cards, and you're going to walk away with a prize. You may not get all your money back, but you're going to have a great time at the Rolonda show. So pick one of these numbers.
Oh, man.
Pick the man, somebody said. I said pick a number, not a man. You got a Panasonic microwave.
I done got one now.
Jack, tell us about the prize.
Rolonda families will love Panasonic's family-size microwave oven with 1,000 watts of power, advanced sensor features too, and always popular popcorn key from Panasonic.
Yeah! Thank you. Guest is a successful businesswoman when it comes, well, not when it comes to her daughter, though. LaDonna says she's not only in the red with her daughter, she's seeing red with her daughter. It has something to do with running up those credit card bills. You're not going to believe this story. Maybe a lot of moms and dads out there can relate. We'll talk to LaDonna right after this break. Listen up. Our next guest says she's a successful businesswoman, but when it comes to her daughter, LaDonna says she's not only in the red, she's starting to see red. She came here with a bag full of evidence. What in the world is going on, LaDonna?
Well, Jennifer, I do own my own company, and I think Jennifer thinks there is unlimited money here.
Money doesn't grow on trees.
No, it does not, but to her it does. And this is a loan agreement with my name on it, which she had surgery of a certain nature for $4,788.
What?
That I've been paying on.
That you've been paying off?
Here's a payment book. Here are my company, American Express credit card bills.
Wait a minute, she ran. Would you all look at this?
They're not all
her
hers.
stuff. I'm
No.
looking at this long list of things there. But let me ask you this: she was using your company credit card,
Which I would have to pay the corporation back because we are a corporation.
which could put you in some business troubles too.
With
if you don't-
IRS.
With the IRS,
Right.
sure.
So, and also I have 2 of her creditors calling me that at work and harassing me.
What? Which is making you look bad at work.
Right, well, I pulled an Equifax credit bureau report on myself, and that's when I found out that I owed 3 other credit cards.
So it's messing up your credit.
Right.
So what are you about to do to this daughter?
Well, the only thing I can do is turn it over to the attorney or fill out what you call fraud forms, and they go after her.
Oh my goodness. Well, that may not be a bad idea. Some people say that that's tough love. LaDonna made a top 5 list for us. Y'all take a look at your monitors and let's look at what in the world this child has spent money on. Calls, collect calls there. She financed furniture for a friend.
No, well, I financed furniture for Jennifer, okay? My daughter. Well, then she has since got married. She let her friend use the furniture. Her friend's supposed to pay me. I've never seen a dime.
Well, wait a minute. Let's get back to this 5 list. The third thing, used mom's name to get more credit cards. As if that wasn't enough. Charged hotel room to mom's company on her credit card. Good gracious alive. And the final one, she borrowed $3,000 for a boob job. Well, at least she's got something to show for it. I'm sorry. I've got to see this Jennifer and see if that job paid off. Jennifer, come on out here. Jennifer, look, no, that's not your seat. You've got to sit next to Mommy.
I'm scared.
Jennifer, you're pregnant.
Yes.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
But that's not what we're here to talk about. Your mom says you owe her a bunch of money, that you took a bunch of chances with her company. You're making her credit look bad. You're making her look bad at work. You're making her see red. She's in the red.
Definitely.
How do you explain that?
Well, I have an obsession with shopping, and I shop all the time. It started, I guess, back when she moved away. She moved to Tulsa. We live in Fort Smith, and she had moved off to Tulsa, and she had let me use the company credit card a couple of times. And
first mistake.
Yeah.
And then you got happy.
Well, she let me use it, and I went to like the Boys to Men concert, and we used it for the hotel and everything, and then extra stuff.
And then I had to eat, and then I saw a cute little dress, and then I had to go back.
Which you were supposed to pay back.
And yeah, the furniture deal. I had bought some furniture, and she financed it for me and everything, and that was all. We had talked that over.
Jennifer, you took advantage of your mom a lot of times.
I have, and I think now that I'm pregnant and I'm having my own child, I can really see.
It'll come back to you, this lady said. You know about this, don't you? Oh, she pointed to you, young man. So is this your mom?
Yes.
And you do the same. Can you relate to what Jennifer's talking about? Not that you had a boob job or anything, but but you do the same thing. You say, Mom, can I borrow some money? You know you're not gonna pay your mother back. Is that what you do?
You got my money in your pocket now, don't you?
Oh, well, at least you have a chance. You can reach in that pocket and get your money back. We're gonna see what in the world LaDonna's gonna do with Jennifer when we come back. You better give your mama back that money.
So did you like that segment? If so, hit like. And if you're enjoying this channel, please subscribe and hit the notification bell so you can be alerted upon our next upload. Hey y'all, just a quick reminder to those of you who are dreaming of a voice acting career that my voice acting masterclass is going to kick back up very soon. So I hope that you will go to Rolonda.com, ROLONDA. Go check it out. It'll give you all the details and set up a discovery call. I'd love to talk with you and see if you may be a good candidate for the masterclass. Hey, listen, you've always thought about it, You've always known you have a tremendous voice. Come on and let's put that voice to work. Come on to Rose Vocal Gym and let's see what you can do. My class is really about breaking down and working those scripts, building delicious characters, and building that confidence within yourself. And listen, you never know what you can do. You'll never know how good you are unless you try. And let's get you in my next masterclass.
There's a lady over there, you must be a mother. She said, get that money back. You're standing up for, you're representing all the mothers of America, LaDonna. LaDonna says Jennifer, her daughter, has used up more money on those credit cards. And how are you going to settle this? Jennifer, what are you going to do?
My wedding ring.
They want you to hawk your ring out here.
A lot of times I think my mom and I haven't had a real good relationship until lately, and I haven't had the respect for my mother that I think I should have. And like I said, she had went off to Tulsa, and I was there with my dad and my brother, and taking care of the house and doing everything. And I used that for an excuse, which it shouldn't have been. And
so what you were saying is, you owe me, Mom.
Yeah, you owe me because I'm taking care of the house and your son and all that. But it shouldn't have been an excuse. I should have respected that was her company credit card, and I should ask, is this okay if I use it? And I understand that.
So often we learn that one little thing we do has such a ripple effect on so many other things. It wasn't just an issue with Mom now. Now you're dealing with an issue with the IRS if her books are funny. Right. You're dealing with people calling, saying, who in the world, the creditor's calling you? Our business must be going down. They don't know. It starts a cause and effect situation.
Right.
Mom, how are you going to deal with it? Do you want to be paid back, or you want her to learn a lesson? What do you want?
I want her to learn a lesson. I want her to understand that you can kill the golden goose that laid that golden egg. I mean, you can choke it to death. There is an end to everything. For every action you do, there is a reaction.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I want to give her her payment book. That she may have.
Jennifer, you should really try to do the right thing, because you're going to need Mom with the baby, and she needs to be able to trust you. And trust is something that we all learn, that you earn. It just doesn't come up easily. So do the right thing, darling.
Oh, I will.
Do the right thing. Represent us daughters well. My next guest here is a writer for Money Magazine and the author of the book entitled Get a Financial Life. I want you to welcome Beth Kobliner. Hi, come on, join us. You work with Money Magazine. I guess you know stories like this all the time.
All the time. It's all too common. We're talking about financial issues here and also emotional issues, and it gets tied into one. But I think the thing that in all these cases that it could have been probably not completely solved, but if in each case the people would have gotten in writing, sort of treat a loan with a family member or friend as sort of a formal business agreement. It sounds kind of harsh, like, oh, how can I write down, Tabitha, I owe Donna X amount of dollars, and it seems sort of funny at the time, and Donna was sort of doing it out of the goodness of her heart. But if you take the time at the very beginning to say, look, this is a formal arrangement, and I'm lending you money, and I expect to be paid back, just like Visa and MasterCard expect to be paid back, I think that goes a long way toward opening the communication.
Well, one thing we always talk about is setting boundaries in relationships. And sometimes, folks, I hate to say it, but those of us who've been ripped off by a friend, we have to take some responsibility for that ourselves. And sometimes what we learn is we have to set those boundaries. We're going to talk some more about this, because there are a lot of folks out there who love their friends and they want to help them in a tough situation, or family members, but things to do before you loan the money. Right after this. The show, Jennifer's friend Kimberly was really upset, burst into tears after this big argument that they had over who owed who money. My producers tell me that Kimberly is ready to come back out. Kimberly, where are you, sweetie? You okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Come on, you ready to come back?
Yeah.
All right, she's smiling now. Good. Come on back, sweetie. Come on back. Watch these wires, okay? What made you cry out there? Well, tell us what you were going through that made you want to leave.
Basically, Rolonda, I don't want to deal with it. And me and her have had good times, and no money's worth a friendship. So I will pay back her money if it means I'm not going to deal with it.
I don't care about
she
the
hurt
money.
my feelings because the things she said to me, it hurt me.
Okay. Yeah.
It
All
really
right.
hurt me.
But Jennifer, listen now. Don't go there, girlfriend. Stop right now. As you do. But listen, really, she said that no friendship is worth this. She made a good faith agreement here to pay you back.
I really do. I respect that, but she wasn't my friend. She talked about me behind my back.
She did the same thing.
She made fun of. I never made fun of. I never made fun of.
Beth, in this situation, we've got two friends here who have agreed that they're going to try to do. Well, we've got three situations where people agree they're going to try to do the right thing. In addition to what you said about writing out some kind of little contract between the two of you, so you can go look here. What do they do now that they've gotten verbal agreements, but the money has yet to come in? I would hate them to leave here and they go, kidding. You know? Psych!
I think in all of the cases, they really need to write down, first of all, how much the money in question is. You know, we think it's $400 or $800 in the case of Jennifer and Kim, or is it $175, or Donna feels like maybe her phone bill should be paid. In the case of LaDonna and Jennifer, again, it's a question of thousands of dollars. You know,
so in other words, be specific about the amount. And do like you do on that check. Don't only write it in numbers, but spell it out too, so there's no confusion.
Right. And you
add an extra, you could make a landfall, windfall. Go on.
You also want to get a specific amount that's sort of feasible, you're able to pay back. For example, in Tabitha's case, you know, she was going through hard times. Come up with an amount. Like Rolonda was saying, it's $1 a month or $10 a month or something. I mean,
that's
dollars,
something.
but something, some amount that you feel reasonably confident in, that you can say, Donna, I'm going to pay you that amount every single month. Right? And what you could do, one little tip, is just address an envelope, address 10 envelopes for the year, and every month at the beginning when you get your paycheck, or whatever day that is, make sure the first thing you do is put that $20 in an envelope and send it to Donna, send it to your mother, send it to Jennifer. And I think that'll go a long way to the other person feeling that, hey, you know, this person really is making an effort to pay me back.
Mm-hmm. You were saying during the commercial break that really what, like in the Tabitha situation here, that there's a lot of broken trust and a lot of broken heart here. I just wonder how you girls are going to move on from this situation. It's going to be a tough one.
Well, we probably have a lot of talking to do because there's still a lot that she doesn't know, you know.
Mm-hmm. And she hasn't seen your baby yet either, right?
No.
Okay. Come on, darling, you have a question?
Yeah, this is for Jennifer. This is my best friend, and there are times when she doesn't have money, and I'll do for her because I know that she's going to do for me. But when she owed you $500, why would you let her move into your house?
Because that's just the way I was.
Yeah, those are those kind of situations you kick yourself
I'm not going to let a girl live out on a street. I'm just not going to do it. And she told me she had nowhere to go.
We'll be right back in a minute. Good question. Everybody for coming on the show. And what I really appreciate is there was a bit of a resolution starting to happen here. I know your hearts have been broken. That's the thing that we always have to remember when we borrow money from a friend. It's just symbolic. It's really not the money, but it's about how good a friend you are, where you set your boundaries as a person, and how you earn respect, which has nothing really to do with dollars, but makes an awful lot of sense. I want to thank you so much for joining us for this hour, and we'll see you next time on Rolonda.